This is Universe Theater. This episode will be discussing stellar cartography. I'm Mark Wilkinson with Tower Ravens. The Universe role-playing game is set in the densest region of an area called the Vortis Massive of the Antares Galaxy. A section of this galaxy, measuring about 1,200 light-years by 1,200 light-years by 300 light-years in thickness, has been detailed for the Universe role-playing game. This region contains just over 100,000 stars. Within the center of this region is a section about 100 light-years cubed, which contains the human expanse. It contains about 2,400 stars. About 30 of those have human habitations, or rather human civilizations, around them. That region of the Vortis Massive looks like this. That's 2,400 stars, roughly, in this area, and of those, this overlay shows the approximate 30 stars in the human expanse. The dark blue stars over here are the Lacnar region of space, known as the Septennan League. Over here is the Sluve region of space, known as the Supremacy of Belgard. The light blue here it's the Graith region of space. Their government is known as the Dominion of Treduric. The cyan stars here are the Chalmon space. Their government's known as the Grand Consortium. Right here, the large star, which cannot be missed, is actually a black hole, and it sets the time frame for all the human regions for its collapse into a black hole is measurable and marks the beginning of their calendar. Over here and behind this star are alien races, the Vrix, the Cargill, the Sol, and, oh yes, the yellow stars are two independent human worlds. You can see this from above. Again, the League, the Supremacy, the Dominion, and the Consortium, and the alien worlds here, here, and here, and the two independent worlds, including Morgan. From the side, looks like this. This one way up there is the Sol Vicogel colony, known as Velhur. And then looking at this same star chart again with all stars displayed from above, from the side. You can see it's rather dense. This star chart was created in the early to mid 1980s. It is nothing more than a Unix utility, which was authored and created to synthesize these 100,000 stars. After they were then synthesized, we searched through the stars to find those that matched the ones we wanted for the human expanse. So to give you an idea as to what the program displays, this command shows the number of stars in each quadrant or sector of the star chart. And this area is where the human expanse is. Another thing the star chart will do is you can go through the catalog and look at each individual star. 25540307 is the Thuosic system where the planet Margan is. That planet is, of course, the setting for Tyro Universe, the beginning game. And you can see that it gives all the characteristics of the star. This star is a main sequence F4 for those familiar with stellar spectral classes. And then planets, asteroid belts, and so on and so forth are listed. Here is Margan itself. And then Tyro Universe begins on Margan and goes, and the first introductory adventures conclude at the gas giant Yesek. Another star of interest, or solar system of interest, is the Septennan solar system, which is number 2554-1300. This is a binary system and was the solar system colonized after the Lacnar homeworld was destroyed. Again, the star characteristics. This star is a main sequence F1 star. And you can see here's Elliptis, their main colony. And later they terraformed another planet in the green belt of the companion star, which is a main sequence K4 star. And that planet was named Nokor. So there's an enormous amount of detail in the star chart, but it is very, very difficult to catalog and to display the enormous number of planets orbiting more than 100,000 stars. One of the things I've done recently, just as a tool to examine some of the stars and their traits, is to take an open source planetarium program called Celestia. This one right here, fantastic astronomy program, and I've modified it for universe. Right now that's our sun, Sol, and of course you should recognize Earth. But we were talking about Thuasik and Septenan earlier, so I'll show those to you in this star chart. I've plopped them down inside of our galaxy just as a way of looking at them. This background of stars are stars from the Antares galaxy. So we'll go first to Thuasik. And as you can see, this star chart shows not only the stars, but all the planets that have been added to it, as well as all their orbits. These numbers and designators are for all the different planet names and such. As you can see, there's Margan right there, 2554, which is the sector, 0307, which is the star, A being the primary star of that system, and then F being the planet outward from the star. This is what we call an apparent binary. That star is quite a distance away. It's not actually in this solar system. That becomes obvious as you rotate it. The other solar system we looked at in the star chart database was Septenan. So we'll pull that up next. And this is, as we talked about earlier, a binary solar system. So we zoom out from the primary star and we could see the planets and asteroid belts and such which are around that star. Let's see if we can find Elliptis. There's Elliptis. And if we zoom further out, we'll see the companion star down here. As we rotate it around, you can see these two are right next to each other. And if we zoom in on this solar system a little, or this companion star system, we can find Nokor, which is the planet that was colonized and terraformed later in the history of the Septenan League. So this is just one example using Celestia of finding a way to display and catalog, or display this catalog of stars and planets for use in the game. We're looking at some other options, porting it to, the program was written in C, we're looking at porting it to JavaScript and finding a way to display that in HTML5 to make it even more accessible than Celestia. I hope this little program has been useful and helpful, and if you have any questions or comments, please place them on Universe, the fan website or fan webpage on Facebook. Thank you very much.